self-care in relationships. On today's podcast, we're going to talk about creating me time within a we relationship. So stay tuned.
Everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Blissology podcast. This is your host, Cece.
Hey, guys.
And my name is Will. Thank you for joining us today. We're glad to have you. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe, hit on the notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new videos. This is a weekly podcast, and in this podcast,
we talk about on this podcast.
We talk about love, family, relationship, and everything. Well, only those things.
And everything else is happening. You know, we talk about them from time to time. Let's just be honest.
Love and relationship.
Of course.
Now is the time to go into the blissful moment. And obviously, this is a moment that we talk about things that happens during the week, things that are exciting, things that's important to us. So for this week, it was my birthday. I relaxed a bit. They made me eat things that I had no intentions eating, but I enjoy them. I had a big piece of cake.
We sure did.
I wanted to have some grill, but I called the place. I couldn't get them, so we ended up having pizza. Yes.
Which was a great birthday. Listen, it was low key. You know,
it was low key. It was just within us.
It was very low key.
We spent a good chunk of the day out because after we picked up the kids from school, we kind of went around and did stuff.
Let's just say we spent half of the day at home and the other half out.
Yes,
because I don't want them to think that we were driving around or do some craziness.
We drove around,
but it was like in the afternoon.
They even took me to a playground.
We did. He had a good time.
And we got home. I mean, after we ate, we had to work out the pizza. So we started acting silly. We filmed a bunch of
Oh my God, it was so cute. It was so cute. And for the first time, my husband has bolé, which was very interesting. He's like, what is this place? What is this food? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, I had no idea what
you had no idea what was on the menu.
But it was good. I mean, we ate it.
It was healthy, you know, because I know you were doing this like healthy eating thing.
I had cauliflower rice for the first time.
And it was tasty, and I'm going to incorporate that in my diet.
It was crunchy. Very crunchy.
But it was tasty.
It's like I was eating coleslaw.
It actually did taste like coleslaw in a way. But it was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
And you had a great time. You know, we had the pizza.
Oh, the kids had some unusual pasta. What was it? Petro pasta or something?
Pesto.
The thing looked plasticky. My older daughter was like, I want to eat that.
She had that with a side of shrimp. The shrimp was good. It wasn't even that spicy.
Yeah, they ate the shrimp.
They ate the shrimp, but the pesto.
Pasta was unusual.
It was very unusual.
You know, I went online and pulled it up to see if that's what they normally looks like.
Yes.
The thing was like,
it's very elastic.
Not just that, it looks crystal kind of.
Right.
That's the first time I've seen pasta looking this way. I tasted it. I mean, it tastes normal.
It tastes. I've had it before. It tastes okay.
Like other people were eating it with no problem, but it looked unusual.
It did.
So please forgive me. Pesto pasta?
I think so.
Was that the name?
There's no pasta, just pesto. I think that's what it's called. There's a veggie and there's a regular.
Okay, well. Whatever it was, we ended up throwing it away the next day because the kids took it home. They said they'll have it later.
I forced them to get home. I'm like, listen, Bola is not cheap. Okay, that place is not cheap. It's like high fancy.
Yeah, I could have had 3 meals.
It's like a high. Well, it's like a high Chipotle in a way.
And the food.
Because if you're comparing good. Chipotle and Bola, like very like healthy, but very similar.
Well, yeah, it's a buffet type of thing.
Right, very similar.
Yeah, but it was expensive, but it was good.
It was good. Something new for your birthday. You tried it and you were fine with it, so we ended up going with it.
You know, I said if we see something, we're just gonna go. Whatever's in there, we'll eat it. And I'm still alive. That means whatever's there didn't kill me. So.
But it was good.
So
we had a good time,
moment,
and I really appreciate. I really enjoyed later on in the evening after we had the pizza and the cake. We're like dancing it off, like with the music.
Put a crown on me.
Like I put a crown, put a crown, of glasses, and my daughter, my youngest one, put a blanket over you.
That was supposed to have
make you feel like the king of the castle. Yeah. You know, it made them feel special in our own creative way. I feel like that Monday was.
It was good.
See how we love you. But I'm glad you had a great birthday.
You know, I'm older, but this is the first birthday I've acted really childish.
That is so true.
Really childish.
That is so true.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing I'd say. It's important to let loose sometimes. If you can let loose with your family, why not?
Cheers to that.
It's a no judgment zone, right? Mm-hmm. No one's gonna, I'm not gonna walk in the office the next day and my employees looking at me funny. I didn't know you had. No, it was within my family, so I can act a fool. My kids had fun. My wife had fun.
Yes.
No one need to know that I acted a fool. Oh, no one need to see me acting a fool.
Yes, so. But we have footage of it. We have footage of it.
Only us will watch the footage. Anyway, but it was good. It was good, and we have my brother's birthday coming up next week, and your dad's birthday the week after. Mm-hmm. So we still have some birthdays to celebrate.
We still do. The whole month of January. Yeah. Yes. So now, guys, let's talk about creating me time within us relationship. Because y'all know how this can be. And it can be very, very difficult when you are in a relationship. So, go ahead, baby. Take it away.
I have no me time. See, my me time is go out, watch the cars, and throughout the whole process, I'm being asked, when are you going to be done? Or I'm in the computer doing my own thing. I'm being asked.
That's not me time. That is not me time, y'all. Listen, let's pull back a little bit, okay? We know there's a lot going on in today's busy society where everyone is trying to find time to either do something, do some kind of activity.
Yeah.
Right?
Listen, we live busy lives.
And it can be challenging. And I'm not going to lie. Like, we had a really, really challenging time last year. Finding me time, our time. Well, yeah, our time too. So we really need to carve out time that's entirely for you, sir.
Yes.
You and I.
So people need to stop asking when they're going to be done.
Okay, that's not me time. That is not me time. How is this me time? Maybe my husband needs to know what the definition of me time is. So I really need to I feel like.
From my understanding, me time, it's time for me. I do whatever I want by myself.
Okay.
I could be working on a task for you, but it's me doing it at my own time with no one pressuring me.
Okay.
Or I can go out for the day and be out. But it's important to have that me time.
Okay, now he's serious right now. I can feel it coming down. He's like,
it's good to have experience on your own. It's not always with your partner. In fact, when you have experience on your own, you can potentially bring something new and share with your partner. So it can lead to a stronger and a more fulfilling experience or relationship.
Yes.
Whatever you call it. So it's important.
I agree.
Because at the end of the day, we have to be able to detach from each other for a little bit.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Listen, let me tell you guys why me time is so important, okay? Mm-hmm. Just think back. When you were...
When you got together? When you started your relationship?
Yes, just go way, way back. If you can think about it, just think about it, baby. Way, way back.
Oh, I've had a whole lot of my me time.
Okay.
Actually, all my time were me time.
Sometimes I feel like, do I ever sit back and like, okay, let me just sit back and remember me, CeCe, back in the day before I had a family of my own that I'm taking care of.
I know she was a good friend to her bed.
I was.
That I know.
That was my best friend.
I know.
She misses me.
I've heard stories.
My bed and my couch.
Well, the couch, she's doing that here too. You know, the couch, she hasn't let go of that because on the Sundays, actually, it hasn't happened in the last couple of Sundays because we've been doing stuff. Right. But on the Sunday, she does nothing.
I don't want to do anything. I
cook her breakfast in the morning. She watches her TD Jakes. Sometimes we go to church and then we come back and she just get on the couch.
Yeah, but I would have my laptop with me.
But you get to be by yourself and doing your own thing.
That's not true. Yes, I agree. I get to be by myself, but there's a lot of interruption between Mom.
I don't interrupt you.
Babe, what are we doing here? What are we doing for dinner? Babe, what is this? Babe, what is this?
We don't usually talk about dinner until like 6 or 7 o'clock.
On Sundays? That's not true. That's more like on Saturday.
Well, anyway, you get some me time on the couch. But it's important. And obviously, you know, looking back, yes, before we were in a relationship, we had our me time. Either me time by ourselves or sometimes we just choose to hang out with some friends. Mm-hmm. But those were me time because there was no commitment to any relationship and you didn't have someone calling in and says, hey, when are you coming home? Are you almost done?
When are you going to be done with this? But I used to enjoy it, though. I think me time is so important where I actually have some me time in the morning before, you know, the kids, you know, after I pray, meditate, and read my devotional. And I would just sit there on the couch in the bedroom and have my little moment, which is not a whole lot of time. But I really feel like having that me time is so important because you want to detach from everyone. Mm-hmm. You want to be able to just have that peaceful moment. Actually, I do have that self-care Sunday, which hasn't happened in a while, where I used to get my Starbucks on Sunday and then I'll just sit on the couch, watch something or binge watch something. In a recession,
you can't keep buying Starbucks. but you know, it's valuable. It's valuable, and you gotta make sure you leave room to allow yourself to go out and experience things without your partner just
be by your side,
right there. So, right. And, you know, it gives you the opportunity to create new experience, have new experience, and potentially share those new experiences with your partner.
Yes.
So, and you'll find you can bring new perspective, especially when you get to hang out people that you haven't been around with.
Right.
You get to share new ideas. They get to share new ideas. So you get to give and take, and you bring home. And sometimes when you're with your partner, you're restricted. There's certain things you can't say. There's certain people you can't look at. You can't joke around, right?
I'm just saying.
Hey, that's not me saying that.
Leave that your partner is him saying that.
And go misbehave.
That is him saying that.
That's me saying that. Sometimes your partner will crucify you for things that you didn't even do. You know, you just happen to turn around and someone cross your path, and before you know it becomes something. If you leave your partner at home, you will not have that stuff happen.
Okay, if you leave your partner at home. Okay. Well,
they won't crucify you for potentially.
Well, you go to work. You go to work and you go to the stores, and I'm not there with you. And you go get your hair cut. When you get your hair cut, it's you and your boys sitting there talking.
No, I'm like
the barber very, very
talking. When I go get my haircut, I just
you may see a girl walk by, and I'm not there. We only together when we go out to church or out on a date. That's the only time. Or when we go out with the girls.
We spend a lot of time together.
Yeah, it'd be at home. Because from 9 o'clock until 6 o'clock, you're not home. So technically, the only time we spend together is the evening, which is what we're supposed to be spending together. Am I wrong? It's not like on the weekend, we out. On the weekend, you're doing your stuff, and we're not out every weekend.
I may need some me time in the evening.
You have gotten your me time in the evening with the computer.
You know, and this is where the challenges may be. And if you live busy life, and we're joking about this, but it's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
Because when you live busy life, sometimes you can find that, yes, you go to work, but work, it's not me time because you're clocking in.
It's you away from your spouse.
If you're running errands, it's not me time because you're running errands. So yes, you may be doing things outside, away from your partner, but that doesn't mean it's me time.
Yeah.
Me time needs to be something that's a chunk of time that's dedicated. And that doesn't have to be a long period of time, but a little bit of time that you can sit and do something that does not involve you completing some kind of task.
No, that's true.
Yes. So, and that's why it's important. Or maybe you just go out to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Just enjoy, pure enjoyment. So, and this is why it's important.
Go to the mall shopping.
You can do that.
I used to do that before having a family.
Yeah. So, find activities that you can engage in, activities that you can do on your own. If you have a hobby, maybe that's something to consider. But find activities that you could do that are healthy, but by yourself, right? Explore different things, do things outside, and there's a couple of things you got to look into. One of which is if you find that your partner is reacting negatively, if you want to do things on your own,
right,
your relationship may be heading in a way or to a place that's unhealthy. However, you have to be very open with your partner, because some people may see it, you're taking your me time that you're trying to avoid certain things. So be open to your partner. We want to take, or you can take this time or whatever works for you and do your own thing. I want to take this time, and this is why it's important. Because if out of the blue you want to start doing things on your own without your partner,
they don't think
realizing what's going on,
they're gonna think that, okay, now all of a sudden you want to have your me time, you want to go out on your own, you want to do things your own way.
I'm getting
Listen, you getting tired of that could happen. Some guys probably would say that, yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
But I'm sure like some of us ladies would be like, okay, now what's going on? All of a sudden you want to take some me time. And this is why I feel like communication is so important, because you got to let your partner know, hey, listen, this year, with all the chaos, with all the craziness going on, I really feel like I need to take some time for myself, where I just like detach from from everyone. Like my me time used to be, I go by the beach and relax and get with nature, or just sit by the front porch by myself. Because you gotta let people know, hey, listen, I'm just gonna have, because listen, us mom and dads too, but mostly moms, we get so worked out, we get so burnt out. That's the word I'm looking for. We get so burnt out because we want to make sure the kids are taken care of, husband is taken care of, house is taken care of, business or job is taken care of. So there's a lot going on. And then we stress out. So this is why it's so important. If you gotta let your husband know, or your boyfriend or your spouse or whomever, hey, listen, on Friday it's me time. I don't care what y'all do at the house. Just don't burn the house down. I'm just gonna have my me time because it's important. Because I really feel like it's important for us to have the self-care.
Yeah, it's important to do so. And me time should not dismiss we time.
No.
Me time should still respect the we time. And what I mean by that is, it's important to make space for yourself within the relationship, but it doesn't mean you are exiting or avoiding having these tough conversations. Because part of the we is that sometimes we have to sit in and discuss things that may be tough to discuss, but it's important because it helps you build that life. So don't use the me time. You know what? There's something that happens. You don't want to talk about it. Okay, now you're suddenly stopping me to take my me time, so I'm out. Right? Or something's coming and you want to avoid it. You start using me time to do that. No, that's
escape.
That's not the best way of using the me time. Don't use it as a way to dismiss the we time, because the we times are important. Is that's how we resolve challenges. That's how we build the relationship. That's how we make sure that we understand each other. That's how we set goals. That's how we call each other out when we're doing bad stuff.
Yeah.
So the we time is important. So don't take the me time. And hey, I did something wrong. I know that it's gonna be something's gonna come up. So now it's my time to take my 2-hour me time and be gone. Right.
And when you be gone, don't be gone for a long time, okay? And don't be gone where you're not supposed to be at too. I'm just saying, I don't need to know where you at, but don't be gone to places where you're not supposed to be at.
And you gotta.
You feel me?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, and this is what's important. The me time does have to respect the we time, and you got to pay attention to that when you're in a relationship. If you agreed on, me time is important, and you find that typically that partner is taking the me time when there's some issues that they're trying to get away from or not find a resolution. You got to pay attention to this, because if that happens regularly within your relationship, there's some issues there, and you could be heading down the wrong path.
Yeah, I agree. And while we're talking, I'm like, okay, just make sure also, like with the me time, it got to be a certain time for you to go out.
Not in the middle of the night.
We can't do like at 10 o'clock on a Friday night. Okay, I'm gonna take my me time out. No.
Maybe that's when you can get together with your friends. Now, listen. Every relationship's different. There may be something that may be good for, you may work it out with your partner. And yes, the Friday night maybe when all the boys are done working and you can go out and relax, have a beer, blow off some steam, vent a little bit, whatever you do in your me time. That may be a good time. Now, if within your relationship you've discussed it and that makes sense, yes. But if your spouse or your partner's kind of like, that's not the best time, don't just take it upon yourself to say, hey, too bad, so sad. Friday night is my me time.
No, I think you got to respect your partner. Because for me, if I say, babe, I'm going to take because I love Sunday. For some reason, I feel like Sunday is like a rest day. Although I try to not grab my laptop on Sundays, but sometimes I just can't help it. You got to have one, maybe on the weekend, maybe in the morning or in the afternoon, where you just like, all right, this is my me time. Well, you are understanding your me time is cleaning the car. You blast your music in the garage and you're doing your thing. That takes like 5 or 6 hours. I'm like, babe, that's way too long. I understand it allows you to reconnect with yourself and you like, not even thinking about what's going on. But sometimes it's long. And my point is,
I may be a man who requires long me time. Isn't that wrong?
I don't know. But here's my thing. The me time doesn't have to do with work.
But if that's how, we can all spend our me time however we want.
But it should
no one should dictate to you how you spend your me time. As long as it's your time, it's for you to do whatever you want to do. Me, I do things that I want to do, and it's my me time. It may involve me doing things, but that's what I want to do, and I'm doing it in my me time. Some people try to police your me time.
I do. I'm like, it's been too long. Okay, so wrap it up, because I want your me time. That I'm putting it for you. I'm not working it out for you.
See what I mean?
I'm proposing.
I'm rejecting that proposal already. Proposal rejected.
What I'm saying is your me time should be you not doing any work, where it's you either watching a movie, you spend some time on the couch, just relaxing and watch something. That's your me time without me being there.
And to someone, that may be the best me time ever. But that's not me.
But to him, he'll fall asleep. That's a nap time.
And believe me, you can take your me time and choose to nap in it.
I don't know about that. But anyway,
me time is called me time for a reason. It's a time that's dedicated to
me.
And I could choose to use that me time however I want. If I happen to use that me time and I do something that gets me tired, hey, that's what I chose to do. Then I'm tired and I'm grumpy. Then let me be. if I take that me time and doze off in the middle of the day, let it be. Maybe I need that.
That's a nap time. That's not a me time, baby. That's a nap time.
You call it what you call it.
That's a nap time.
But if it's a time,
listen, I'm sure the audience agree with me. That's a nap time.
How is it me time when I can't do whatever I so pleased to do? A me
time where you're supposed to do things for yourself, not napping.
So if I nap, it's not for me?
It's not considered me time. It's considered nap time.
If it's my time, I can call it what I want to call it. I can do what I want to do with it. Then in that case, don't call it me time. Because if it's me time, just let me be.
It's a nap time.
I can go lay down on the pavement if I so choose because it's me time. This is a time where no one has a claim on anything I do. At least from my point of view, this is me time. I do what I want, how I want, for as long as I want. I wish. But all kidding aside, though, from my point of view, I believe me time is time for you. What you do with it, that's fine. You can go and sit in the corner and read, great. You could choose to go for a run, great. You can choose to go work out, great. You can choose to sit and do nothing, great. Right. Because it's your time to do with whatever you want.
Right.
And we all need that because sometimes we need time to not have to conform or do whatever someone may expect us to know. If you're going to get that 30 minutes, that an hour for you to do. Now, obviously, don't engage in activities that may hurt your relationship. Because if you're in a relationship, this is not the time you go and you call your baby mama and then you try to do a house visit. No. Right? Don't do things that may jeopardize your relationship. But if it means don't do illegal stuff either. But if it means doing something to just allow your mind to rest or maybe something to stimulate your mind, do it because it's your time. My wife will try to control my me time, but she knows that I don't play with that. I just do what I do when I do it.
You're right. You're right. But here's the thing. How to make me time? I know you just went over a few things, right?
Yeah.
And I truly feel like first thing you got to do, we've heard this before. If it's not on your schedule,
it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. So my thing is, I'm all about notes. I'm all about write it down. I'm all about it needs to be on my calendar. It needs to be on my phone or my personal calendar that I write things down. Schedule it. Schedule your me time. My husband is very hard at this, and I'm still fighting. You guys probably
right
go
now,
way
my me
back.
time is kind of sporadic. I see a little block of time that has not in it. I try to squeeze some me time.
Yeah, so you got to schedule it. You got to schedule it. Like your own time needs to be as important to you. And, you need to make sure that it is on your calendar. And you need to make sure you carry the same weight as other important plans. Like things that you have to do. Your bills are due on this day. You got to go to the dentist on this day or see a doctor on this day. It needs to be in your calendar. Like my phone reminds me every Sunday at 4:00, self-care Sunday. It really does, which I need to go, change the time so that 9:00 instead. So, so me time sometimes can also be where I go get my nails done and I just chill for like a couple hours and then I'm relaxing. So we want to make sure that we want to share with you guys, a couple activities like you said earlier.
Yeah.
That can be part of something that you start doing this year. Since last week we talked about the goals that you need to set as with your partner.
Yeah.
So do this. Set aside 30 to 45 minutes.
For me, about an hour and a half. Right? But whatever time you can fit in your schedule, yes, 30 to 40. And here's the things you do, just to give you some idea. Go for a walk by yourself.
Run if you want to do some run.
Yeah. Run if you're into doing a run. Go out on a date. with yourself.
Or with your friends.
Which is a bit weird, dating yourself. But
I never done this before. I never like go on a date or go to the restaurant by myself. It feels weird and awkward.
It's because you haven't done it.
I know people have done it. I know people that I know that have done it.
So if you're into that dating yourself thing, going to dip yourself, if you have a list of hobby, yes.
I would rather fill up my tub with some hot, warm bubble bath and get my champagne and turn on the music and relax. That's a date night for me right there with some candles light up.
That way. Or you can,
I can use that right now.
You can go for a walk on the beach with yourself.
That's me.
That's a date.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have a hobby,
yes,
then work on that hobby.
You can also spend time journaling, like with no interruptions.
Yeah.
That's something, like treat yourself to a spa day, which I've done, nails. That's spa to me. And you have done that. There's been a couple of times where we've gone to the nails.
Yeah, she dragged me to the nail salon once. I had a full pedicure. And
another thing that I feel like you really enjoy.
What was it?
You exercise on your own. That's your me time right there. Yes. That's just something that you blast the music in the garage and you start going at it. You feel great.
And the thing that really gets me when someone comes and say, when are you going to be done? And
I don't do that.
It takes the whole
baby.
No, she
I don't, because I know he enjoy. I know he enjoy doing that in the garage when he's exercising. The music is loud. He could be like, babe, I'm going to be in 30 minutes. And before you know, it's an hour because he enjoyed the music and then the momentum just kept going and he just like keep going at it. So I don't do that, okay? I don't do that.
Yeah. Tell your spouse not to come interrupt you when you go into your you time, right? Call a friend. If there's a friend you haven't talked to in a while. Or make it a point to check on your buddies.
Yeah, or, go on, take a long drive, which I've done. That's me time. Gas is
expensive, so I don't
know. No, I've done this. I've done this as my me time. When the kids are home with my husband, I would go in the car, drove around the neighborhood, put my windows down, and drive slowly. And that's like, even sometimes I'm like, okay, I can go to the other block because I'm coming back too soon.
Yeah, there's a number of things you can do. Like you can go to the movies or go visit a park or maybe a museum on your own.
Or go shopping.
You meet some nice people there,
Yes.
Some areas put some nice cultural events. Like I know in our town, like in Delray, they usually have the festival downtown.
There's Murakami, the park, which is like has some nice museum stuff there.
Yeah, it's expensive though.
Okay.
You can find somewhere to go for free. But yes, if you want to enjoy a good garden, there's a lot of parks or that has good garden area that you can sit and enjoy nature a little bit. So go shopping. If you have money to blow, just go shop.
Listen, it doesn't have to be a whole lot of money, okay? You can just go around. There's the strip mall. You can just walk around and look at a few things. Get yourself some ice cream or get yourself something while you're walking around all of that time.
When you look at there's plenty of things you could do on your own.
That doesn't have to have money involved.
I know I didn't take a nap there, but
no.
You can take a nap.
Nap is not a me time.
According to her, it's not.
It is a nap time.
According to me,
it's a nap time. I want to see who agrees with me in the comment below. Please, is nap a me time? It is somewhat of a me time, but it's nap time. You literally, you napping.
You know what? Before this napping and no nap becomes an issue, let me just wrap this up here. Thank you very much for listening to our podcast on self-care and relationship, creating me time within a we relationship, which is absolutely important. You got to take time for yourself, time to get into your inner self.
Okay.
Reflect, meditate.
Hey.
If you're into spiritual, time to read the Bible and whatever it is that you do, time that you spend with yourself, including taking a nap if you want to. But we appreciate you guys listening. Hopefully you're finding some time for yourself.
That's right.
In your we relationship. Hopefully you are. If not, maybe start creating some time now.
Yes.
You can start small, 10, 15 minutes, go for a walk and then come back. Or you can start big, an hour and a half. whatever works for you, just do it, because at the end of the day, you'll find you'll benefit, your partners benefit from it. Because believe me, there are times that you're tense and you're stressed.
You need it.
You need to be able to unwind a little bit.
Yes.
And I know many times our spouse are good people to just sit around and talk to relax a little, but sometimes you need that time for yourself.
Sometimes you need that quiet time for yourself.
Yeah, you do. So thank you very much for listening.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and leave us some comments. We appreciate it. Click on the bell icon though, because we want to make sure that when we put out these videos that you get notified that they are out. And with that said, again, we want to wish you guys a happy new year, because it's still the new year.
It's still the new year.
No.
Second week of January.
Hopefully
already.
You are sticking to whatever resolution that you have made.
Or not. Wait, one more thing. Happy Martin Luther King Day on Monday.
Yes, on Monday it's a holiday, so let's remember what he did.
Yes.
That many of us, people like myself, you, and all of us who look like this, benefits from.
Yes.
You know, so
maybe this Monday, take that time for yourself to just relax and no barbecue, no nothing. Just do your me time.
Whatever you want to do with this holiday, just do it. So thank you very much, everybody. And until next time, we'll see you.
Bye.
Peace.